The first time he touches my wrist, it's not an accident, and it's definitely not professional. Don't translate that, the Korean man murmurs, voice low, eyes steady on mine instead of the furious producers arguing across the table. His thumb presses once, deliberate, like he's testing whether I'll pull away. I don't. That's the problem. The room smells like heat and money and bad decisions. My ex-husband's last message still burns in my pocket, unread but heavy, and this stranger somehow knows I'm already standing on the edge. He watches me the way men don't anymore, like I matter in the pause between words. Look at me, he says softly in English meant only for me. Not commanding. Inviting. Dangerous. I do. I shouldn't. His gaze holds mine, calm and sharp, like he's been waiting for this exact crack in my life. Then the door slams open. My phone lights up in my hand. My husband's name. Calling. And the Korean man leans closer, voice barely a breath. Answer it, he says. I want to see who made you afraid to choose. Chapter 1. The call keeps ringing long after I silence it. I slide my phone face down on the table, heart beating too loud for a room full of people pretending not to watch. The Korean man doesn't move. He doesn't smile. He just observes, like he already knows that ignoring my husband took more courage than answering ever would. Across the table voices clash. Money, schedules, egos. None of it reaches me. My skin is still buzzing where his thumb pressed into my wrist. A touch so brief it should mean nothing. It doesn't. But my body didn't get the memo. You're shaking, he says quietly, not looking at me, as if it's a private observation he's gifting me instead of calling out. I'm not, I lie. His eyes flick to mine. Dark, calm, unimpressed by my denial. You are. I curl my fingers into my lap, grounding myself. This job was supposed to be simple. Translate. Stay invisible. Leave with a paycheck and no attachments. I've been very good at being invisible lately. My name, he says suddenly, switching to Korean, forcing me to work. Tell them my name is not up for negotiation. I translate smoothly, professionally, my voice steady even as my pulse misbehaves. The room settles. He watches me while they nod, while contracts are adjusted, while power shifts. It's unsettling, being seen this clearly by someone who owes me nothing. When the meeting finally breaks, chairs scrape. People stand. The air loosens. I reach for my bag. Stay, he says. It's not a command. It's worse. It's said like an assumption. I'm just the translator, I reply too quickly. He rises from his seat, tall enough that I have to tilt my head to keep eye contact. He smells faintly of something expensive and clean. Nothing loud. Everything about him is restraint. Then translate this, he says softly. Why did your husband call you 5 times in 10 minutes? My breath stutters. That's not professional, he finishes for me. Neither is lying. I should walk away. This is the part where smart women gather their dignity and exit stage left. Instead, I hear myself say, he lost the right to ask questions. Something shifts in his expression, not satisfaction. Respect. Good, he says. Then you won't mind if I ask one. I swallow. Ask. He steps closer, lowering his voice. Are you still married? The question lands heavy. Complicated. Loaded with paperwork and silence and nights spent alone next to a man who didn't reach for me anymore. I left, I say. That's all you need to know. He studies my face like he's listening to what I'm not saying. Leaving is louder than staying, he says. Most people don't manage it. I scoff softly. You make it sound brave. It is. No one's called me brave in a long time. My phone vibrates again. Oh, look. Does he know you're here? He asks. Yes, I answer, then correct myself. He knows where I work. Not where I am. Pause. Then, good. I laugh despite myself. Why do you care? He finally smiles, not wide, not charming. Slow. Intentional. Like he's choosing it. Because men like him only panic when they realize silence isn't control, he says. And because you came here thinking you'd be invisible. I stiffen. I didn't. You did, he interrupts gently. But you're not. The room empties completely now. It's just us. The hum of the air conditioner. My heartbeat. His presence pressing in without touching. I don't mix business and personal, I say, more to convince myself than him. He nods once. Neither do I. Then he reaches into his jacket, pulls out a card and places it on the table between us. His fingers brush mine, not accidental this time. Electricity. Pling. This project will last 6 weeks, he says. I want you on it. Full time. That's not. Translate for me, he clarifies. Dinners. Meetings. Travel. My stomach flips. And if I say no? He meets my eyes unwavering. Then I'll respect it. I believe him. That's what scares me. My phone buzzes again. Harder. Like insistence. I look down at the screen. My husband, please. Just answer. The Korean man watches my face change. He doesn't rush me. Doesn't push. He simply waits, present in a way my marriage never was. I exhale slowly. Then I slide the phone back into my bag without replying. His gaze darkens, not with possession. With something steadier. Good choice, he murmurs. I don't correct him. Because I don't know yet if it is. He doesn't touch me again that day. That's the cruel part. He walks me out of the building like it's the most natural thing in the world, hands in his pockets, stride unhurried as if he hasn't just rearranged something inside my chest. The Lagos sun hits us hard, the noise of the street rushing back in, but the quiet between us stays intact. My driver will take you, he says. I can get a ride, I reply. I know, he says calmly. Still. I don't argue. I'm tired of arguing with men who pretend choices are equal when they're not. His car is black, discreet, the kind that doesn't need to announce power because it already has it. When he opens the door for me, his hand hovers near my back without touching. Question, not a claim. Inside, the door closes softly. Too softly. The silence presses in. You didn't ask my name, he says as the car pulls away. I glance at him. I know it. He arches a brow. I translated it, I say. I just didn't say it. Pause. Then a quiet chuckle. Interesting. We drive for a minute before he speaks again. Your husband, he says, not accusing, not curious. Just stating a fact. He will get louder. He already is. He thinks noise will fix what absence broke. I look out the window, jaw tight. You talk like you've seen this before. I have. With who? With myself, he says. That snaps my attention back to him. For the first time there's something exposed there, not weakness. History. The car slows near my apartment. I hadn't told him the address. I don't comment on it. He notices. You don't like surprises, he says. I don't like control disguised as kindness. His lips curve slightly. Then we will be very honest with each other. The car stops. He doesn't move to open the door. There's something I should tell you, he says. My pulse stutters. You already tell me too much. I want you on this project because you're good, he continues. But I also want you because you don't belong to anyone right now. The words are quiet. Direct. Dangerous. I inhale slowly. You don't know that. I know you didn't answer his call, he says. And I know you didn't ask me to stop looking at you like this. I turn toward him. Like what? Like a woman who has been starving and doesn't trust the table. The honesty hits harder than any flirtation. I open the door before I lose my nerve. Step out. The heat wraps around me like reality returning. He stays inside the car. Window lowers. I'll send the contract, he says. Read it carefully. And if I don't sign? Then I'll still be here, he says simply. Just not this close. The car pulls away before I can respond. Upstairs, my apartment feels too quiet. Too familiar. I drop my bag, kick off my shoes, lean back against the door like I've run a marathon without moving. My phone lights up again. My husband, I know you're upset. We should talk. I laugh, short, humorless. After years of silence, another message follows. I never meant to hurt you. My hands tremble as I type, then erase, then type again. Before I can send anything, a new notification appears. Unknown contact. Check your email. And rest. Today took more from you than you realize. No heart emoji. No pressure. Just presence. I sink onto the couch, staring at the ceiling. 2 men. One who lost me quietly. One who is waiting loudly without saying a word. My phone buzzes again. This time it's a knock at the door. Unexpected. I freeze. Then I stand. and walk toward it. Chapter 3. I don't look through the peephole. I already know it's him. The knock comes again, measured, not desperate. That alone tells me everything. My husband knocks like a man begging to be let back into a life he abandoned. This knock belongs to someone who expects to be answered. I open the door halfway. He stands there without a jacket now, sleeves rolled up, city noise curling around him like smoke. His gaze flicks over my face, my bare feet, the tension I didn't bother hiding. You followed me, I say. Yes. No apology. No excuse. That's not safe, he finishes quietly. I agree. Then he steps back. Just enough to give me space. I won't come in, he says. I only needed to see you were home. My chest tightens. You could have texted. I did, he replies. You didn't answer. Fair. We stand there suspended in the doorway. The hallway light hums. Somewhere a generator kicks on. Life continues while I unravel. You shouldn't be here, I say. I know. And yet, he echoes. Silence stretches. Thick charged. His eyes drop briefly to my lips, then lift again. Controlled. Always controlled. Your husband came to the office, he says. The words slice clean. When? After you left. My stomach twists. What did he want? You, he answers. And reassurance. I let out a sharp breath. Did you give it to him? No. Why not? Because he asked if you were confused. His jaw tightens. I don't think confusion makes a woman walk away from a marriage. Heat floods my face. You don't know the details. I don't need them, he says. I know absence when I see it. I should end this. Close the door. Reclaim my quiet. Instead, I lean against the frame, bare shoulder brushing cool wood. He never cheated loudly, I say before I can stop myself. That's what made it worse. His gaze sharpens, listening. He just stopped choosing me, I continue. Day by day. Like I wouldn't notice. That's still betrayal, he says. Silence doesn't make it gentler. I swallow. It made it harder to leave. Pause. Then softly, you didn't come to me broken. I look at him. Then what did I come as? Awake. The word lands low. Intimate. Dangerous. From inside my apartment my phone vibrates again. This time I don't have to check. He's outside, I whisper. His eyes flick briefly toward the stairs. Then back to me. Calm. Grounded. Do you want me to leave? He asks. The question isn't about him. It's about whether I'm ready to be seen choosing. I shake my head once. He nods as if that's all he needed. Then stand behind me, he says. What? He doesn't get to reach you through me. My heart pounds. You don't have to. I know, he interrupts gently. I want to. Footsteps echo up the stairwell. Familiar. Heavy. My husband's voice calls my name. Urgent, pleading. The Korean man steps closer, not touching me but close enough that his presence shields me. Grounds me. Stay here, he murmurs. And breathe. The footsteps stop. A shadow stretches across the hall. And my husband's voice tightens when he sees him. Who is this? The Korean man doesn't look back at me when he answers. I'm the man who shows up, he says calmly. And you're blocking the door. Silence crashes down. I grip the door frame. Because whatever happens next, there is no going back. Chapter 4. My husband laughs first. It's sharp. Disbelieving. The sound he makes when reality doesn't match the story he rehearsed on the way here. Shows up, he repeats. You barely know her. The Korean man doesn't rise to it. He doesn't puff up or posture. He just stands there, solid, quiet, immovable, like a door that won't open no matter how hard you knock. I know enough, he says. I step forward before I realize I'm moving. My shoulder brushes his arm. Warm. Steady. Why are you here? I ask my husband. His eyes finally land on me. Not my face, my body. Bare feet. Loose dress. The space I'm sharing with another man. You wouldn't answer your phone, he says. You disappeared. I moved out, I reply. That's not disappearing. You didn't say you were done. I laugh softly. I said it every day. You just didn't hear me. His jaw tightens. So this is what you do. Replace me. The Korean man shifts slightly, not threatening, just present. She didn't replace you, he says. She outgrew the silence. My husband scoffs. You think you know our marriage? I think, he replies evenly, that you're speaking now because you finally feel competition. I feel it then, the shift. My husband's fear. Not of losing me. Of being seen. This is a mistake, my husband says to me, lowering his voice, trying to pull me back into something familiar. He doesn't know you like I do. You knew a version of me that stopped asking, I say. He met me after I remembered how. My husband's gaze hardens. You're being dramatic. The word lands like a slap. Before I can respond, the Korean man speaks, still calm but colder now. Do not reduce her because you failed to protect her. Silence. My husband stares at him. Then at me. You're choosing him? He asks. The hallway feels too small. Too intimate for the weight of the question. I'm choosing myself, I say. He's just not afraid of that. For a moment my husband looks like he might argue again. Then something in him deflates. This isn't over, he mutters. It is, I reply. It's just finally loud enough for you to hear. He backs away. One step. Then another. Pride dragging behind him like a bruise. The stairwell swallows him whole. The moment he's gone, my knees threaten to give out. The Korean man turns, not touching me but close enough that I can feel the heat of him. You okay? He asks quietly. I nod. Then shake my head. Then laugh once, breathless. I didn't know I could do that. You could, he says. You just weren't allowed to. The adrenaline drains, leaving something raw behind. I didn't ask you to fight my battles, I say. I didn't fight, he replies. I stood. That's worse. Better. Everything. The hallway hums again. Normal sounds returning. I should go, he says, stepping back, giving me my space like a gift instead of a withdrawal. I don't want him to. Stay, I say. The word slips out before I can dress it up. His gaze locks onto mine, intense now, no pretense left. Say that again, he says softly. My throat tightens. Stay. He exhales slowly like he's been holding something in all night. I will, he says. But only if you understand something. What? This isn't rescue, he says. This is choice. I nod. He steps inside. The door closes behind us with a quiet click. And for the first time in a long time, I don't feel trapped. Chapter 5. The apartment feels different with him inside it. Not smaller. Not crowded. Just awake. He doesn't roam. Doesn't inspect. He stands near the door like a man who knows exactly where he belongs and won't take an inch more without being invited. The restraint in that alone tightens something low in my stomach. You don't have to hover, I say softly. I'm not, he replies. I'm listening. To what? To whether you're about to regret letting me cross that line. I turn to face him fully. The city hums outside my window. Inside it's just us, and the truth, neither of us is pretending not to feel anymore. I don't regret it, I say. He studies my face like he's checking for cracks. Finding none. Good, he says quietly. Because once I'm in a woman's space, I don't pretend it means nothing. My breath catches. You don't pretend much. No, he agrees. I don't. We stand there for a beat too long. The air thickens. He steps closer, not sudden, not rushed. Giving me time to pull away. I don't. His hand lifts, slow enough that I could stop him. His knuckles brush my jaw, barely there, like he's asking permission with skin instead of words. You can tell me to stop, he murmurs. I won't, I answer. That's all it takes. His thumb presses under my chin, tilting my face up. When he kisses me, it's not hungry. It's deliberate. Like he's been waiting, not aching. The kind of kiss that says I chose this. My hands fist in his shirt before I realize I've moved. He exhales against my mouth, steady, controlled, then deepens the kiss just enough to make my knees weak. I pull back first. Not because I want to stop. Because I need to breathe. This is fast, I whisper. No, he says gently, resting his forehead against mine. This is honest. My phone buzzes on the table behind us. We both hear it. I close my eyes. I should. You don't have to, he says. Not for me. That's the difference. I turn, pick up the phone, and stare at my husband's name lighting the screen like a ghost that refuses to rest. Then I power it off. When I turn back, the Korean man is watching me, not triumphantly, not possessively, proud. Something in my chest loosens. I'm not ready to be everything to anyone, I say. I'm not asking for everything, he replies. Just what you're willing to give without disappearing. I step into him, this time on my own. My hands slide under his jacket, feeling the solid truth of him. I can do that, I say. He kisses me again, slower now, deeper. A promise instead of a spark. Outside, the city keeps moving. Somewhere my old life keeps calling. But here, in this moment, I am chosen. And this time I choose back. Sometimes the loudest betrayals aren't the ones that break things, they're the ones that go quiet. If you've ever stayed too long in a place where love stopped choosing you, if you've ever had to relearn what it feels like to be seen, to be wanted without begging, to be chosen without noise, then this story was for you. If this chapter stirred something in you, don't let it end here. Subscribe, because the next story dives even deeper into love, desire, and the courage it takes to leave what hurts, even when it looks perfect from the outside. And before you go, answer this in the comments. Would you have answered the call, or turned your phone off too? Your answer might say more than you think. I'll see you in the next story.